What up, everybody? It's your girl, your name, and let me tell you, I've been thinking a lot about all the hilarious and relatable things we girls do. You know, those moments that make us go, wait, does everyone else do that too? So I decided to make a video about it. Get ready to cringe, laugh, and nod your head in agreement because today, we're diving deep into the top 10 embarrassing things all girls do. Okay, first up, let's talk about the shower. It's that magical place where we all become superstars, even if it's just for a few minutes. The moment you step in, it's like entering a different world. The water cascades down, washing away the stress of the day, and suddenly, you're in your own private concert hall. We've all been there, right? That feeling when the warm water hits your skin, and you can't help but let out a sigh of relief. It's like the shower has this magical ability to make everything better, even if just for a little while. The water's blasting, you're feeling your shampoo commercial fantasy, and suddenly you're belting out your heart to your favorite song. It's like the shower head is your microphone and the tiles are your audience. You close your eyes and for a moment you're on stage performing to a sold-out crowd. You're hitting those high notes like nobody's business, convinced you're the next Beyoncé. The acoustics in the shower make you sound amazing and you can't help but think, why don't I do this more often? It's a confidence boost like no other. But then, reality hits. You step out of the shower, the acoustics change, and you realize you sound more like a dying cat than a pop star. The magic of the shower fades away, and you're left with the harsh reality of your actual singing abilities. Don't even lie, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It's a universal experience, one that brings us all together. We laugh about it, share stories with friends, and maybe even record a few shower performances for a good laugh later. The shower is our stage, our escape, and our little slice of stardom, even if it's just for a few minutes each day. Next, we have the classic case of talking to ourselves. It's something we all do, whether we admit it or not. You might catch yourself in the act while brushing your teeth, cooking dinner, or even just walking down the street. It's a universal habit that transcends cultures and ages. I'm not talking about a little whisper here and there. No, I'm talking about those moments when we dive into full-blown conversations with ourselves. You know, the kind where you start off with a simple thought and before you know it, you're debating the pros and cons of your life choices. I'm talking full-blown conversations, complete with different voices and hand gestures. It's like we're putting on a one-person show, and the audience is just us. Sometimes these conversations can be incredibly animated, with us gesturing wildly as if we're trying to convince ourselves of something important. It's like we have our own personal debate team living inside our heads. Each voice represents a different perspective, and they all have something to say. One moment, you're the voice of reason, and the next, you're the devil's advocate. It's a fascinating dynamic that plays out entirely in our minds, and the best part, it usually happens when we're trying to figure something out. Whether it's a complex problem at work or a simple decision like what to have for dinner, our inner dialogue kicks into high gear. It's like having a brainstorming session with yourself, where every idea is considered and debated. Should I wear the red dress or the blue one? These seemingly trivial decisions can sometimes feel monumental, and our inner voice is there to weigh the options. It might even bring up past experiences to help make the decision easier. Remember that time you wore the red dress and got a compliment? Maybe that's a sign. Did he mean to text that? Our inner monologue also comes in handy when we're trying to decipher the meaning behind someone else's words. We analyze, overanalyze, and then analyze some more, trying to get to the bottom of what was really meant. It's like being a detective in our own lives, piecing together clues from our interactions. Don't worry, our inner monologue has got it all covered. It's there to reassure us, to challenge us, and to keep us company. So the next time you catch yourself talking to yourself, remember that it's perfectly normal. In fact, it's a sign that you're engaged in some deep, meaningful self-reflection. And who knows, you might just come up with some of your best ideas during these solo conversations. Now let's be real for a second. We've all done some serious social media stalking in our day. I'm talking about deep dives into people's profiles, scrolling back to pictures from 2008, and then judging their fashion choices. And the worst part, sometimes we don't even know the person we're stalking that well. It's like a weird digital version of people watching, and we just can't get enough. Chapter 4. Texting Overthinkers Anonymous. Okay, raise your hand if you've ever spent an absurd amount of time overthinking a text message. Like, seriously, we could write a whole thesis on the meaning of a single emoji. He used a period instead of an exclamation point. Does that mean he's mad at me? She replied with K. Is she being short with me? Girl, relax, it's just a text. Chapter 5. The selfie struggle is real. Let's be honest, girls, we've all been there. The moment you decide to take a selfie, it feels like embarking on a mini-adventure. You gather your friends, or maybe you're flying solo, but the goal is the same. Capture that perfect shot. You're trying to take the perfect selfie, but it seems like an impossible task. You try different poses, angles, and expressions, but nothing seems to work. It's like the universe is conspiring against you. The lighting is never right. You move from room to room, adjusting lamps, opening curtains, and even stepping outside, but the lighting just won't cooperate. It's either too bright, too dark, or casts weird shadows on your face. Your hair refuses to cooperate. You spend what feels like hours fixing it, but the moment you look at your phone screen, it's a mess again. Strands sticking out, frizz taking over, and no amount of hairspray seems to help. And don't even get me started on finding a flattering angle. You tilt your head this way and that, hold the phone up high, then low, but nothing seems to work. Every angle seems to highlight something you wish it wouldn't. You end up taking about 1 million photos, each one slightly different from the last. You scroll through them, hoping to find that one gem, but it feels like searching for a needle in a haystack. Deleting 999,999 of them becomes a ritual. You swipe left, delete, and it goes on and on. Each deletion feels like a small defeat. And then, you finally settle for one that's just meh. It's not perfect, but it's the best of the bunch. You look at it with a mix of resignation and acceptance, knowing it's the best you could do. But hey, at least we tried, right? In the end, it's not about the perfect selfie, but the fun and memories we create along the way. So keep snapping those photos, keep laughing at the outtakes, and remember, the struggle is real, but so is the joy. Chapter 6, Waterfall Alert. Why are we like this? I mean, seriously, why do we turn into emotional wrecks over the smallest things in movies? A puppy dog commercial, tears, a couple holding hands, waterworks. It doesn't even have to be a sad movie, sometimes even a happy ending can set us off. I guess we're just really in touch with our feelings, right? Chapter 7. Okay, this one might be a little TMI, but I know I'm not the only one who's guilty of wearing mismatched socks. It's like the laundry gods have a sense of humor, and they purposely hide one sock from every pair. So there you are, rushing to get ready, and you're forced to rock the mismatched look. Just hope you don't have to take your shoes off in public. Chapter 8. Dance like nobody's watching, because they're not. You know those moments when you're home alone and your favorite song comes on? Yeah, that's when the real dance party begins. We're talking full-on choreography, hair flips, and maybe even a little air guitar. It's like we transform into Beyoncé in the privacy of our own homes. And the best part? No judgment. Chapter 9. The Outfit Repeater. Why is it so hard to choose an outfit? You stand there staring at your closet full of clothes, and yet you feel like you have nothing to wear. So, you start trying on everything, creating a mountain of clothes on your bed. An hour later, you're still undecided, and you end up wearing the first thing you tried on. The struggle is real, people. Chapter 10. Caught red-handed and red-faced. You're cruising down the street feeling yourself, belting out your heart to your favorite song. You're so lost in the music that you don't even notice the car next to you has stopped at the red light. And then, it happens. You make eye contact with the person in the other car, and you realize they've been watching your full-on concert. Cue the mortification. Outro until next time. So there you have it, folks. The top 10 embarrassing things all girls do. I hope you enjoyed this hilarious trip down memory lane. Don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up if you could relate to any of these moments, and be sure to subscribe for more relatable content. Until next time, stay awkward, my friends.